Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dr. Music Podcast. Once again, if you are not a subscriber, please consider hitting that subscribe button so I can bring you great guests like the ones I have today. I have Joachim NORDLUND and Nils Patrik Johansson from Astral Doors. The band is celebrating more than 2 decades together. I can't believe it. By releasing their 10th album. It is called The End of It All, and it comes out October 18th on Metalville Records. And just today, a new video for their single Vikings Rise is released. Everything's going on and it's happening. Welcome, guys. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our pleasure.
In the press release, the end of it all is the name of the record. It's been 2 decades. There's this question: is this the final album? Are you guys gonna move on? Both of you, of course, have different things that you are involved with, other bands and solo projects and things like that. Maybe is this the final Astral Doors album?
Yeah, that's the big question we get all the time, and we really we can't answer that question today. Really, I don't know. We don't know. You never know with Astral Doors.
No. I just felt that it was a tough recording because we worked so hard and really, really hard. So when everything was completed, I said, okay, this is it. But then, of course, as time goes by, you never know. So I can't really say that.
I felt the same with the recording. It was not hard making these songs, but it was hard to somehow put it together. I don't know how to describe it. So it was mentally tough for us. So all the summer, I took a break from music all the summer now.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it has to be rewarding though, listening to this record. It's a fantastic record. I love the record so much. That hard work when you listen back to it, that's what would change your mind, right? I mean, it's we need to do that again. That sounds great.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we don't close any doors, of course.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Tell me about the cover art. It's fascinating to me. I sit here in the Chicagoland area in America, and I see that Statue of Liberty with that fantastic dragon. It's a fantastic cover. I love the cover art. Is there a message to it? Is it metaphoric in a way, with the dragon breathing down the Statue of Liberty, which is a kind of an iconic figure of freedom? Was that a message that you wanted to make with the album cover?
Yeah, somehow we just felt that the world of today it's not very good out there.
No.
It's shit and chaos everywhere.
Yeah.
And so to the end of it all, I talked to the label when we ordered what we wanted on the cover. I said, make the Statue of Liberty sinking in the sea and New York on fire and a big dragon flying over and making mayhem. That's so it's like a message to how we feel it looks like in the world today. It's war and shit and chaos and terror everywhere.
Yeah. And
symbolic.
Yeah, it is. It's terrible. But on the other hand, it makes for a great album cover. It is.
I used to say that how it looks in the world today, it's an open goal for me as a lyric writer.
Right.
It's just to, I mean.
Yeah. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the writing process for you guys, because doing it for 20 years, and it's consistent. You know, I listened to the first Astral Doors record and I listened to this one, and there's a consistency. You know, we get Astral Doors every single time. You know, and fans are gonna love this. If you love Astral Doors, you will love this new record. And that's sometimes hard to do. So your writing process, has it changed over the years at all? Do you still do it the same way you always do it?
We do exactly the same we have done for over 20 years now. They haven't changed anything.
Wow.
So we always write in the studio, as we always did. Me and Johan, the drummer, sits together and tossing ideas to each other. He comes up with a riff. I have a riff. We put it together to a song. And we send it to Patrik to do the vocal lines, the lyrics, and exactly the same we have done for over 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
and
that's why it's consistent. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it works really well. And you guys,
I would think so.
it's great that you all know your role too. You know, you guys write the music, Patrik writes the lyrics and the vocal lines, and that all works. And it, you know, leave it alone. You know, it's great to not have the ego and, you know, want to cross lines, and you know your roles. It works. It's so great. Patrik, I got to ask you your vocal regimen. You know, I listened to this and it's just I don't know how you do it. The vocals, and I mean, it's got to be great to be able to go and, you know, write the music, bring it to Patrik and have him do his thing, and he can still do it. You know, I see a lot of singers that are faltering now as they get older. And you sing very rough. It's a very powerful, very strong thing. How do you have a vocal regimen to keep your instrument in shape?
My daily job, actually, because I work, you know, I have music with people with what do you call it, dysfunctional. I have music classes with them, so I sing 3-4 hours every day. So I have to keep my voice in shape.
Yeah.
So that's my secret, I think. I sing every day.
Wow. Yeah.
I've done that for 25 years.
Yeah. Wow. And it's just, and the voice is just exactly the same, and it's just as strong and powerful
as strong as ever, I think.
It really is. It really is. And that's got to be a great feeling, right? I mean, to, you know, not work, that's something you don't have to worry about as a songwriter. You have a singer that can, you know, match any key that you put it in, you know?
Yeah, it's an honor to work with Patrik.
So far, you never know what happens.
This is true, but
I used to look at Rob Halford. He's singing better than ever.
Yep.
And he's 15 years older than me.
It's insane. I was just listening to that new record the other day, and getting ready to go see him, and I know he does it live too. It's you know, it's really taking care of yourself maybe too, and you know,
that's a secret.
It's a respect for your instrument, you know.
Thank you.
Great. There's quite a few songs on this record. I wonder, you know, where your inspiration comes. You know, A Night in Berlin, kind of, you know, remind, you know, of Masters of the Sky. What inspires your writing most of all? Is it films? Do you or read a book, or is it current news? What, you know, what really stirs the songwriting juices?
Lyric-wise, it's usually something that happens right now. I watch the news, and it just comes to you, like the invasion of Capitolium a couple of years ago, for example.
Right.
Here you have the foundation to the song Temple of Lies. And if you look at Iron Dome, that's about Israel's defense system against missiles. So
yeah,
and Vikings Rise obviously is about Vikings.
right.
Masters of the Sky, it's about the bomb the flying aces during the World War II.
Yes.
Night in Berlin is a bit of a funny story because something we experienced ourselves. We were having a gig in Berlin, and after the gig, we wanted to go out to a bar to have a couple of beers, and it was very late. And when we came downtown Berlin, everything was closed. But all of a sudden, we saw, oh, look, there's a bar that's open. So we went in there, and it was okay, but something was strange. And all of a sudden, we saw there were no ladies there. So we actually had ended up at a gay bar, and so we finished our beers and left. Nothing happened.
I love it. That's great.
True story, yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
cool.
was a funny story.
But the beer was good.
Yeah, it was great.
With Masters of the Sky, you mentioned, that brings me, it reminds me of like Civil War, what you did with Civil War, Patrik. They had just, I know both of you do different things. They just lost their singer, I think, in April. Would you consider doing Civil War again on the side?
I haven't thought of that really.
Yeah.
I actually met the keyboard player a week ago at the liquor store. So we were talking, but no, he didn't ask me to come back to sing. I think they will find another singer, no problem.
Yeah. I just wondered that because I saw that, and I know you guys spread yourself around and you keep active, and that's always great.
Yeah. To do that.
For me, Iron Dome and Father Evil really hit a little bit different for me. Those two just they hit different. I can't explain why I love the whole record, but I hear those and there's just something that really stirs inside of me. Is there something for you that hits you a little bit different on the new record?
Yeah, for me, it's Iron Dome too. I think that's for me personally, it's one of the best songs we have ever written. I think
I would agree.
It's good from start to finish. It contains everything you want in a metal song. I think.
I agree.
Yeah, and that's just something I put it on, and I have to go back and listen to it again. It's on repeat.
It's the kind of song you want to hear over and over again.
Yep.
I think the Patrik singing in the beginning of the song is so absolutely fantastic.
It is.
It's a great song.
It absolutely.
We should have released that as a single.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
Well, you got time.
Everyone we talk to have that as a favorite song. So
really,
it must have something special.
It does, and like I say, I can't explain it. It just hits me different. Now, Joachim, Dreams of Avalon. That's your side. The thing you did 2020, I think it was.
That's correct.
That was quite different. Major keys, bigger choruses. Is one more difficult to write than the other? When you write for Astral Doors, does any of that kind of creep in? Is that a natural way that you go, or do you have to stop yourself and say, I don't want it in a major key. I want to do a minor key and not have the big chorus, or is it an effort to write for one or the other?
You have to go into different modes when you doing the different styles. But I think it comes more natural when I do Astral Doors stuff.
Okay.
But the music I did for my solo record is the more like the music I grew up listening to the most when I was young. Right. So that one's come pretty natural as well. But it's two different styles. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I thought about that, and I'm not a songwriter, but I thought it's got to be different to. Do you put yourself in a different place? Do you go to a different room?
Yeah.
Do you write? I mean, it's got to be pretty pretty odd to be able to write for those two different entities. It's a talent.
It's different, I think, in a way. It's some kind of hard rock, but as you said, it's more major key in Dreams of Avalon, and that was something I never had done before. Actually, before that much.
Right.
So I thought that was a little bit funny to start exploring some different keys and different things, difference how to write song in a different key. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how to put it, but it was
Yeah, no, it's a
challenging for me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. That's great. Do you see you guys, both of you, do you see yourself doing another solo record, Patrick, or more Dreams of Avalon?
Well, I don't know. Of course, I have songs to make another solo record. That would be no problem. But at the moment, I feel we want to get everything we can out of this record first,
Hmm.
and then we'll see what happens. Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I try to count. I think I've done 33, no, 23 or 24 albums already.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's more than Ronnie James Dio did, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think I can take a break.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well deserved, well deserved. Um, Now your son, Nils Patrik Johansson, drummer for Tuck from Hell, was on the 2018 solo album Evil Deluxe, and you work with children as a job during your day. Young people going into music, is there any advice? When they decide on a music career, what piece of advice would you give them?
We talked about this before, and I think the most important is that to be yourself. Don't try to be something you're not. And as I say, the music business today is so different from when we grew up and started our bands. Now they sit there and they work with AI, and everything is cheat. You can program in, okay, I want a song that's a mixture between Holy Diver and Breaking the Law. So
yeah.
I don't know where we're heading, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Just have fun, do your stuff, do what you like, listen to the music you like.
Yeah.
Try to learn from the inspiration you got from the big bands out there.
Do it for real.
Do it for real.
Play yourself and sing yourself.
And learn your instrument.
No auto-tuning and shit. Do it for real.
Yeah. And I watched the videos of you guys playing, and I think, and I see those solos and the instrumentation and the talent that you guys have nurtured that and practiced your instruments. It's just so great to see that talent come out. When you put the album together, did you have an intent to one thing I look forward to always is guitar solos in Astral Doors, and the guitar work and the harmonies and things like that. I always get that from you, and I just love that. Is that something that you intend to do? Is that when you're writing and the intent on the album? Did you go in and say, maybe we'll have a little more keyboard in this album, or maybe we'll put a few more guitar solos, let's make sure that we have this or that in the mix?
That's a tough question. Of course, we write a song. We always put the guitar solo. Here we wanted the guitar solo, and so I don't know what to answer for that question, really. What do you say, Barry?
And when I listen to Joachim's guitar work, I mean, you can listen that you can hear that it's written. The solos are written.
Yeah, they are written. Yeah.
It's no like Malmsteen, you know. He writes the solos.
Yeah, I write a solo. I come up with a chord structure I want to have in the solo, and then I write a solo on the chord structure, and that's how I work. I think the solos it's quite important. You don't put the solo in a song. You have to have a solo in the song. You just throw it in. You have to.
They have to mean something.
Mean something. It's a continuing of the vocals for me.
Yeah, that's just it. When I listen to it, it's almost a song within a song. I can sing these solos, and that's brilliant. I mean, that's absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like having a bonus song inside of another great song.
I think the solos. I don't like solos. They just all over the place. I want to have some melody in the solos.
And that's what we get, and we so appreciate it. It's
I listen a lot to Key Marcello. It's a big inspiration. Riot, you know, Mark Reel, his solos. I love his solo work. And stuff like that. We have some melody and some cool licks in it as well.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have it, for sure.
Thank you.
One of the best at it.
Now I have a visitor at my door. I have to go and open the door. Sorry, man.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. And I'm about to wind up. I know you guys got a busy day.
We have another interview soon. Yeah.
yeah. I'm just wondering about a tour. I sit here in North America, in the Midwest of the United States, near Chicago, hoping that you'll come out and do a slight tour somewhere near me. Is that in the works? Do you want to do that? I know it's difficult.
Yeah, it is difficult for us. We are such a small band, So, but of course we want to do it, but it's always a question of money.
Yeah.
So get the right offer, and we have never been to the States, so it would have been great to do that someday, but we never know. So,
well,
hopefully one day. But
I hope so. Yeah, and I will push this stuff because it's fantastic, and
thank you.
We get people listening, and hopefully you can make it over here. That would be fantastic. Joachim, thank you so much. Patrik, tell Patrik the same, please.
Yeah, he had to go to the door. There's a car outside there. I don't know some pictures or something.
Okay. All right. I appreciate both. I appreciate the band. Thank you for doing what you do. And hopefully we can talk again sometime.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having us.
All right. Absolutely.
It's a pleasure.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care now.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.